everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. I am doing yet another empties video because I feel like a lot of y'all mentioned in the comments on my last one that you prefer the ones that maybe are a little bit more frequent but have less product. So that's what I'm trying to do, like every 5 to 6 weeks, come on and show you what I have accumulated in my empties bin. And this also enables me to not only do skincare, but makeup, which is what I have today. In fact, I have more makeup than I have skincare because I did a kit clean out and I had a lot of empties in that I was not quite aware of. So let's start with skincare. I have one body product. This is the Bay Harbor Beauty White Tea Body Wash. This is pH balanced for sensitive areas, and that is why I get this. I always have it on backup. I really, really, really enjoy Bay Harbor Beauty body products, and this one is an everyday product for me. I went through one of my toners slash essences, and I'm still going to be doing that video. In fact, it may have already gone up. I'm not quite sure. But this is the Tier Milk Skin Toner Light. I think I have like a small version. I need to actually find that. I don't know where it went. They sent me a big package last year of a lot of skincare, and I think they put a small version of the original, but I prefer the light version, and I completely went through this. I really enjoyed it, and it will likely be repurchased in the future. I have 4 serum slash treatments. This one is the Allies of Skin Multi-Peptides and Growth Factor Advanced Lifting Serum. This is Allies of Skin, so you know I'm gonna like it. Quite honestly, there's nothing they make that I don't like. They have one product, which I'll talk about in my essence video, that I can't use just because of an ingredient that I'm sensitive to, but that doesn't mean it's not phenomenal. This one I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite travel products because this will be basically the only serum that I use in my morning routine when I travel, because it is packed with everything you would need. Growth factors, antioxidants, hydrators. It just is 3 to 4 serums in one for me. I did have a backup of this and I'm currently using it. The Medicate C Tetralux Lipid Vitamin C. This is their kind of original Tetralux version, which has the tetrahexadecyl exorbate derivative of vitamin C, which is my favorite. But they have since come out with the advanced version, which is what I am using now. I'm honestly rotating through like 2 or 3 vitamin C's, but one of them is the advanced version of this. Now, I don't dislike the advanced version, but if you have dry skin, I think you're gonna enjoy this one better just because of the formulation. It is super hydrating, but it's not oily. It doesn't leave a film on your skin. It just is more hydrating than the new version. And I've gone through at least, I think that's my 3rd one, maybe, of that. So you know I like it. The Calisum Professional Serum. This is the little itty bitty baby pink serum. It is the highest concentration of their growth factors, and I use this once a week when I cosmetic needle. One bottle will last me 4 to 5 weeks. I'm about halfway through the bottle that I'm currently using. It's just my favorite product to put on immediately after cosmetic needling. And then finally, I have to unroll this because it's so empty. The Altreno tretinoin. This is my tretinoin of choice. This is a 0.05% tretinoin that is also mixed with hyaluronic acid and collagen to help reduce irritation and up the hydration, and that's exactly what this does. It is not what I would consider cheap. You can definitely get regular tretinoin cream through your insurance prescribed for a much lower rate. I think this is $115. I just get it straight from the Altreno website. They have dermatologist providers that will set up a consult with you and prescribe it. But one of these lasts me 4 to 5 months. So for me, it's worth it because I get little to absolute zero irritation using this. And speaking of cosmetic needling, I didn't finish up, but I used this Angel Kiss roller, which is my favorite roller. I think it's a 0.03 or 0.3 needle, and I personally only like to cosmetic needle. I don't like to micro needle on myself. I'm not saying I won't do it in the future, but it just is a little too frightening to me that I'm gonna do something wrong, that I'm not gonna sanitize something properly, I'm gonna use a product that's not sterile, and I don't trust myself for that. And there have been studies that show consistent cosmetic needling can, in the long run, give pretty much the same results as microneedling. So that's what I'm sticking with now. I use this for anywhere from 6 to 8 uses before I start another one. The Experiment Software Lip Balm. Lip balm, I feel like, is always going to be in an Empties because I truly have at least 15 lip balms all over my house, all over my purses, all over my cars, because I always have to have something on my lips. I cannot go without something hydrating on my lips. This is one that I kept in my bathroom. I tended to use it at night. It was great. I also feel like I'm gonna have at least one sunscreen in every Empties video. I'm almost done with 2 that I'm working through, but this is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios UV Moon 400. This is probably my favorite SPF of all time. It is the European version. You cannot get this version in the States. And since all the carrier fees and tariffs and all of that, I'm not quite sure how much is added on. However, I do know that I get my European sunscreens from Care2 Beauty, and from what I have heard from other people that have purchased from them, all of the fees are paid up front. So you're not gonna get hit with a carrier fee 3 weeks later that you didn't know of. That could be like 200% of the order, which is, I'm hearing a lot of. Care2 Beauty doesn't do that, at least from what I've heard. So while I have a backup of this and I don't need to reorder for a while, I will. I love this so much, I will pay the fees. It's that good for me. And then I have 4 moisturizers that I went through. All of them I used on my face, which is not normal, but I was just rotating through so many at one time that I ended up finishing them all within 2 weeks of each other. 2 of them are the Allies of Skin Peptides and Antioxidants Firming Daily Treatment. This is the old version. This is the new version, which is just the advanced daily treatment. It basically is a little bit smoother, has some more hydrating properties. They're both phenomenal. My favorite morning skincare routine when I travel are these 2 products, and that's it. Well, sunscreen, of course. But there's just so much packed into this, like every Allies product, that you just don't need to use multiple products when you get the same benefits using one. So 2 of those I finished up. Those were morning moisturizers. These 2 are more night. This is the Lanbel Super Natural Cream. I think this is K Beauty. If it's J Beauty, forgive me. But I had heard about this being phenomenal for intense hydration, especially for those on tretinoin. And at that point, I don't think I was using the Altreno yet, and I was having more peeling. And I love this stuff. This is really, really good. It's a little bit thicker, but it doesn't take any more effort to rub into your skin or sink into the skin. I have so many moisturizers that it will be a hot minute before I need to purchase another one, but this will be on my repurchase list because I did enjoy it that much. This next one, I don't think I'm gonna repurchase. It's okay. It's the Xerophyte, I think that's how you pronounce it, Wrinkle Defense Barrier Cream. This was touted as being one of the best, like, ceramide to fatty acid ratios to cholesterol, all the good things you want for like hydration and moisture. And maybe at one point they were the only ones that did that certain ratio that's most beneficial to the skin, but they're not now. It comes in a refillable thing. I hate it because every time I pull it up, now I like the refill aspect of it, but I don't like this one because every time I would take the top off, the refill would come with it. So this big jar for this amount of cream, it's 50 mil, 1.7 milliliters. It was thick, it was moisturizing, but I don't find that it was any better than my Lanbel or my Astura or any of those other creams that I love to use at night. So I won't be repurchasing this. That is all of my skincare empties. Now I'm gonna move on to makeup, and this is technically skincare, but it came out of my kit. This is the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate. And trust me, you can see, I try to get every single stitch of product out of this. This is one of my all-time favorite moisturizers to use on clients, and unless you tell me you have uber oily skin, I'm gonna use this on you. It works on 95% of people. It's such a great prep for makeup. I don't often use primers on myself or my clients unless they have very enlarged pores or they are very oily. Again, I'm not using this on them if they are very oily. So when I use this, it's all I use. That is like my primer. It's my moisturizer. I put it on in a very thick layer and let it sink in almost like a mask while I'm doing the eyes of the client, and it just makes everything go on beautifully. Doesn't affect the wear of the makeup. I did repurchase this. It's my favorite. Okay, these next few things are also from my kit. These are so messy because that's just the nature of a lash glue, but these are my 2 favorite lash glues, and yes, I'm extra and use both. I start off with the Kiss Strip lash adhesive, and then I top that with the velour, which dries almost instantly. I still give it time to get tacky, but this combination for false lashes, I have never had any issues with something popping up or not staying when using these two. I have repurchased them. I am currently using them in my kit, and I probably always will. This is a little baby version of the Hollywood Flawless filter. This is in the shade 2, and I could not scrape any more out of this. 2 and 3, and then I have the bronze shade, I can't remember which one it was, are the most used in my kit. So I just went ahead and bought the full size to replace this. This is definitely more face friendly when we're talking about a professional kit, but it just ran out way too fast. And then 2 lip products that I went through. These 2 lip products are ones that I use on probably at least 50% of my clients, if not more. This is one of the few drugstore lipsticks that I have in my kit, and it's not because drugstore lipsticks are not good. It's not that. I tend to just gravitate towards MAC lipsticks, Charlotte Tilbury, and I have a few Bobbi Brown. But the L'Oreal Fairest Nude, which, I mean, I scraped all of it with paddle, is one of the most asked for bridal lip colors. It's the perfect nude pink. Goes with so many complexions, looks good on so many people. So definitely went through that and have repurchased that at least 4 times. And then this gloss, I wish I didn't love so much on myself and on my clients, because I do feel like it goes away way too fast, but I keep repurchasing it because it looks so good on everybody. And it's the Lawless Forget the Filler in Nudie. And I've had this in my, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swatch it, in my empties before for myself, because I've gone through a few of these. I love them. They're a little bit plumping, but not uncomfortable. That's the shade Nudie. Those 2 together are often used at the same time on the same client in my kit, and I just tend to go through them too often. Like if I could find another one that was exactly like that had more product, I felt like it didn't go through as fast, I would totally get it and be all about it, but I haven't found it yet. Now the remaining makeup products are ones that I have gone through myself. These 2 mascaras are 2 of my favorite mascaras. I have 3 that I went through. The Vive Modern Mascara is oh so good. I have used it a lot recently. It just kind of bit the dust. It has a nice large hourglass shaped wand with like more natural bristles, not plastic, just fluffy. If you like fluffy lashes, this is going to be the one for you. I know they came out with a newer one. I think it's called Icon Mascara. It does have more plastic looking bristles. I don't know that I would like it as much. I'm happy to try it, but the Modern Mascara is oh so good. Tower 28. This one has more plastic bristles, and it has a curved wand versus an hourglass. And this one is the one that I love for like va-va-voom long lashes. Long lashes you get from Tower 28. I always have a backup of this. I haven't opened it because I have like 4 mascaras I'm rotating through right now, but it will forever be a favorite. And then the MAC Stack in Chestnut. This one, I love the color. I don't love the brush because it is that like spiky plastic bristles and it's just not as comfortable to use. I do feel like this separated my lashes a little more than I like, kind of clumping them together. But it did, after I worked with it for a while and had to separate my lashes, make my lashes look really good, and I love the color. So while I'm not like running to repurchase, I don't hate it. The color is my favorite part about it. A lipstick I personally went through is the MAC Creme de Nude. Now this is the last one I had of the old Creme de Nude formula. It is not the same anymore. That is Creme de Nude. The new one, since they redid all their lipsticks, is much warmer than this. It's not as pink and it doesn't have as much shine. So it is no longer my absolute favorite. I don't have an absolute favorite right now because this was it. And it's fine. I've gone through like 2 or 3 of the new Creme de Nudes, but I really miss the old formula. Dermatology Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41 in medium. This is my go-to under eye corrector. I use it every single day. I love the added SPF. It wears on me even a little bit better than the Color Science because every time I talk about this, I get asked that. The Color Science has a little less coverage than this one does for me, and this one just tends to wear a little bit better. They're both hydrating, and this one has the SPF 41 is a little bit higher. I think the Color Science might only be like 30 or in the 30s. All right, and to finish it off, I have 2 powders that I went through. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium dark. You can see there is some product left, but once I get to where there is only product on the very outside perimeter of a powder, I tend to replace it because I'm not able to get an even coating on my brush. Therefore, I don't feel like it applies evenly. It's just not as easy to use. The same goes with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade number 2. I could probably use this a little bit more, but I just wasn't getting good coverage. And that's the only thing I don't love about pressed powders. However, these 2 hold different purposes for me. If I'm using a matte foundation and I want something that, or I want a powder that literally does not look like powder on the skin and that I could apply and apply and apply and apply and apply, and it would never be too much, that is where the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish comes in. If I'm wanting to mattify my skin a little bit, but also not having it be super cakey, I will use this. I really also like the Charlotte Tilbury for a touch-up in my T-zone throughout the day if I feel I need it. Still quite a few empties for 5 or 6 weeks, but again, hopefully you enjoy this more shorter, hopefully compact version of my empties. I will have everything I talked about listed and linked below. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.